Let's talk about Barangay and SK Elections. According to Section 1 of the Synchronized Barangay and SK Elections, there shall be synchronous barangay and sangguniang kabataan elections which shall be held on the last Monday of October 2023 and every 3 years thereafter. Section 2 of the Synchronized Barangay and SK Elections provides that the term of office of all barangays and sangguniang kabataan officials after the effectivity of this act shall be 3 years. Section 4 of the Synchronized Barangay and SK Elections provides that the term of office of the barangay and sangguniang kabataan officials elected under this act shall commence on the noon of November 30 next following their election. Section 7 of the Barangay Election Act of 1982 provides for the qualifications of barangay officials, which are the following. He must be a citizen of the Philippines, a registered voter and actual resident of the barangay for at least 6 months immediately preceding the election, able to read and write, and on the date of the election is at least 21 years of age, and who is not otherwise disqualified by law. Qualifications of an official of the Sangguniang Kabataan must be a citizen of the Philippines, a qualified voter of the Katipunan ng Kabataan, a resident of the barangay for not less than 1 year immediately preceding the day of the elections, at least 18 years but not more than 24 years of age on the day of the elections, able to read and write Filipino, English, or the local dialect, must not be related within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity to any incumbent elected national or local official, and must not have been convicted by final judgment of any crime involving moral turpitude.
Conduct of elections. The barangay election shall be non-partisan and shall be conducted in an expeditious and inexpensive manner. No person who files a certificate of candidacy shall represent or allow himself to be represented as a candidate of any political party or any other organization. They shall not intervene in his nomination or in the filing of his certificate of candidacy, nor give aid or support, provided that this provision shall not apply to the members of the family of a candidate within the fourth civil degree of consanguinity or affinity, nor to the personal campaign staff of the candidate, which shall not be more than one for every 100 registered voters in his barangay. Provided, however, that without prejudice to any liability that may be incurred, no permit to hold a public meeting shall be denied on the ground that the provisions of this paragraph may be or will be violated. Nothing in this section, however, shall be construed as in any manner affecting or constituting an impairment of the freedom of individuals to support or oppose any candidate for any barangay office. Certificate of Candidacy. No person shall be elected unless he files a sworn certificate of candidacy not later than the day before the beginning of the campaign period. It shall be filed with the Secretary of the Sangguniang Barangay, who shall have the ministerial duty to receive said certificate of candidacy. In case the Secretary refuses, the candidate may file with the election registrar of the city or municipality concerned a consolidated list of all candidates and shall be post said list in the barangay hall and in other conspicuous places in the barangay at least 10 days before the election. Any elective or appointed municipal, city, provincial, or national official or employee, or those in the civil or military service, including those in government-owned or controlled corporations, shall be considered automatically resigned upon filing of the certificate of candidacy for barangay of office.
Section 40 Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines, Board of Election Tellers. The Commission will establish election boards at barangay polling places before the election, comprising a public elementary school teacher as the chairman and 2 members who are registered voters of the polling place. These members cannot be incumbent barangay officials or have close familial ties to any of the candidates. If no elementary school teacher is available, any eligible voter from the polling place can be designated by the Commission. The election board will oversee and run the polling place, tally the votes, and submit a report in triplicate. The original report goes to the barangay board of canvassers, the second to the election registrar, and the third to the barangay council secretary for filing. Section 41, Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines, Registration of Voters and List of Voters. 7 days before the election board at each barangay polling place will register voters and create the voter list. Challenges to registrations will be decided the same day. The final voter list will be posted in polling places 2 days before the election. Voter transfers must be notified 2 days in advance. After the election, the voter list is given to the election registrar for safekeeping.
Section 42. The chairman of the Board of Election Tellers shall designate the public school or any other public building within the barangay to be used as polling place. In case there is no public school or other public building that can be used as polling places, other appropriate private buildings may be designated. Section 43. The official barangay ballot shall be provided by the city or municipality concerned, the size and color of which is to be prescribed by the Commission. Such official ballots shall be authenticated in the presence of the voter, by the authorized representatives of the candidates, and the chairman and members of the Board of Election Tellers who shall affix their signatures at the back thereof. Any ballot which is not authenticated shall be deemed spurious. Section 44. The Commission shall provide the ballot boxes for each barangay polling place, but each candidate may be permitted to provide a padlock for said ballot box.
Pursuant to Section 45 of the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines, in cases where a barangay election cannot be held due to serious reasons such as violence, terrorism, loss or destruction of election materials, force majeure, or other similar causes that make a fair and honest election impossible, the Commission may postpone the election after a verified petition and a fair hearing. If the election in a barangay has not taken place or has been suspended due to force majeure, violence, terrorism, fraud, or similar reasons, and this would affect the election's outcome, the Commission, based on a verified petition and a fair hearing, will call for the election to be held or resumed within 30 days after the cause for postponement or suspension no longer exists, or upon a petition from at least 30% of registered voters in the barangay. In areas where conditions allow, and with the Commission's verification or upon a petition from at least 30% of registered voters in the barangay, the Commission will order the postponed or suspended barangay election to take place.
The Barangay Board of Canvassers. According to Section 46 of the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines, the Commission shall constitute a Board of Canvassers at least 7 days before the election in each barangay. The Board of Canvassers is composed of the senior public elementary school teacher in the barangay as chairman and 2 other public elementary school teachers as members. In case the number of public elementary school teachers is inadequate, the Commission shall designate the chairman and members of the Barangay Board of Canvassers from among the Board of Election Tellers. The Barangay Board of Canvassers shall meet immediately in a building where a polling place is found and which is most centrally located in the barangay. And after canvassing the results from the various polling places within the barangay, they shall proclaim the winners. The Board of Canvassers shall accomplish the certificate of proclamation in triplicate copies on a form to be prescribed by the Commission. The original of the certificate shall be sent to the election registrar concerned, while the second copy shall be delivered to the Secretary of Sangguniang Bayan or Sangguniang Panglungsod as the case may be. And the third copy shall be kept on file by the Secretary of Sangguniang Barangay. And in a place where there is only one polling place, the Barangay Board of Election Tellers shall also be the Barangay Board of Canvassers.
Section 47 provides for the activities during the campaign period. Now, during the campaign period, the punong barangay, if he is not a candidate, or any resident of the barangay designated by the Commission, shall convene the barangay assembly at least once for the purpose of allowing the candidates to appear at a joint meeting duly called for, with at least 2 days' notice to explain to barangay voters their respective programs of administration, their qualifications, and other information that may help enlighten voters in casting their vote. The members of the barangay assembly may take up and discuss matters relative to the election of barangay officials. Section 48 now provides for the watchers during the election. Candidates may appoint 2 watchers each to serve alternately in every polling place within the barangay, who shall be furnished with a signed copy of the results of the election in such form as the Commission may prescribe, immediately after the completion of the canvass. Section 49. Inclusion and exclusion cases which shall be decided not later than 7 days before the date of the election shall be within the exclusive original jurisdiction of the municipal or metropolitan trial court. The notice of such decision shall be served to all the parties within 24 hours following its promulgation. Any party adversely affected may appeal therefrom within 24 hours to the regional trial court, which shall finally decide the same not later than 2 days before the date of the election.
As provided under the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines or Batas Pambansa 881, here are the prohibited acts on the election day. First is vote buying and vote selling. Second is voting more than once or in substitution of another. Third is soliciting votes or undertaking any propaganda for or against any candidate or any political party within the polling place or within 30 meters. Fourth, selling, furnishing, offering, buying, serving, or taking intoxicating liquor. Fifth, opening of booths or stalls for the sale of wares, merchandise, or refreshments within 30-meter radius from the polling place. Sixth, giving and or accepting free transportation, food, drinks, and other things of value. Seventh, holding of fairs, cockfights, boxing, horse races, or similar sports.